Good morning, Geometry Honor students. So Mr. Chen again. So this one is a continuation of Unit 10, Circles. So for section 10.5, so angles related to a circle. So objective for the lesson today. So determine the measure of inscribed tangent-chord, chord-chord, and external angles. So let's just refresh what we have done for this unit. So let's say that we do have a central angle. So it's being bounded with two radii. So angle AOB. So this one is the same as the measure of arc AB. Okay, this arc right here, AB. And then inscribed angle, this one is being bounded with two chords. Okay, so chord 1, chord 2. So anytime they see that the angle is being bounded with two chords, so this one is called the inscribed angle. So it's always 1/2 times the measure of the corresponding arc. And that would be considered the measure of arc, AB. Okay, so now let's see. Using the formula. The new formula that we have for this one is called the tangent-chord angle. So anytime they see that the angle is being formed with the chord and the tangent line segments or the tangent ray, so this one is called the tangent-chord angle. So it's similar to the formula that we have for the previous one. So this one is angle ABC. So it's 1/2 times the measure of the corresponding arc, AB. Okay, so it's a measure of that corresponding arc divided by 2. And then the other brand new formula, so this one, so we do have 3 different type of circle bounded with either the secant, tangent, or secant and tangent. So this one is called the external angle. So anytime they want to find out the external angle, angle P, so the way to do it, it's always 1/2 times the quantity of the major arc minus the minor arc. So what I mean by the major arc, for example, like this one right here, the major arc would be what? DC, and then the minor arc, which is AB. Okay, so the major arc and the minor arc. And then similar situation, if the external angle is being bounded with 2 tangent segments, so this one also we're using the same formula. Major arc, then that would be the arc of ACB. Minor arc, then that would be the arc of AB. Okay, so major, minor. And then the other one is being formed by the secant and tangent. So also using the exact same formula, the major arc, which is arc CB or BC, and then minus the measure of arc AB. Okay, so the major arc and the minor arc. Okay, so now using all those formulas, and here's another one, chord-chord angle. So the chord-chord angle, there's another name for that. It's called the internal angle. Okay, so it's inside, it's being bounded with 2 chords. So the way to find out the measure of angle AEB, so it's 1/2 times the major arc, the quantity of the major arc plus the minor arc. So the major arc for this one will be AB, minor arc, which is CD. So find the measure of each arc or angle. So this one is 50, this one is X. So we do know that those 2 chords, they're perpendicular, so that means all those angles got to be 90 degrees. So using that formula number 3 right here, so internal angle, which is what, 90 degrees. So it's 1/2 times the measure of the major arc, which we don't know what that is, and then plus the minor arc. So 1/2 times this whole quantity, so in order to get rid of that 1/2, we times 2, so 180, so that equals X plus 50. Subtract 50 both sides, so we do have 130. So the measure of the major arc, which is 130 degrees. And then this one we do have a triangle, looks like it's an obtuse triangle, so this one is 250, and this R here is 50. So that means this corresponding R here would be 360 minus 50 minus 250, which is 360 minus 300, and that would be 60 degrees. So external angle, in order to get that, the measure of angle Y, so using the external angle theorem, so major arc minus the minor arc. Okay, so this one, so the major arc would be Okay, this one right here, it's 50 plus 250, because that's being bounded with the tangent and the secant. So 300 minus 60, and then divided by 2. So 300 minus 60, then that'll be 240 divided by 2, which is 120 degrees. Okay, so make sure that you know the difference, the internal, the external angles. And here's another one, solve for z. Okay, so we do know that this two chord, they're congruent. So this angle here, it's 160. So angle z, it's over here. So in order to come up with that, the corresponding arc, okay, so let's get the corresponding arc here. So this one is 160, so that means this angle here, it's 180 minus 160, which is 20 degrees. And the measure of the intercepted arc, it's always twice as much as the corresponding angle, so this one would be 40. If this arc here is 40, that means this arc here got to be 40 as well, because that it shows the corresponding chords. So this one is 40, so that means the measure of this angle, so it's being bounded with those two chords. So this one's the inscribed angle, so inscribed angle is always half of the corresponding arc. So this one would be 20 degrees. So angle Z is 20 degrees. So given that segment WZ is congruent to segment XY, so WXY, the arc WXY is 220. So this one is being highlighted. So find the measure of angle P. So if this one is 220, okay, so one thing that we can find out, so this arc right here, so let's say it's unknown. So this arc, which is the same as the other arc right here, XY. Okay, so let's find out the measure of those arcs first. So to come up with the rest of the arc here, so this one would be 360 minus 220. So 360 minus 220, then that would be considered 140. Okay, so 140, which is arc WZY. Okay, so we do know that those two chords, they're equal. So let's say that this one is considered, you don't want to use X, so let's say it's A and A. Okay, so in order to create that, the major arc, so the major arc will be 220 minus A, and then the minor arc, then that'll be considered 140 minus A. Okay? So again, in order to find out the measure of the external angle, so it's always the major arc minus the minor arc divided by 2. So 220 minus A, subtract 140 minus A. And then we take half of the whole quantity right here, because that angle P is the external angle. So as you can see, that 220 minus 140, so then that'll be 80. Negative A plus A, it cancels out, so it's 1/2 times 80, which is 40 degrees. So the measure of angle P is 40 degrees. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. So again, using all those theorems, formulas, external angle, internal angles, the inscribed angle, so we can figure out all those unknown angles or the arcs. Okay, so thank you for watching it for the lesson today. So you guys do like the channel, please subscribe it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one.